riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides and the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now that week has passed. It's Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Why I Hate This Album, the show where we pick a song or album, listen to it for an entire week straight, and then come back here and tell you, the listener, if we hate it, and of course, why. I am one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey. With me as always, Boutros to my golly, co-host extraordinaire, Timothy Richardson. Boutros, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, actually. Pretty good.
Now, longtime listeners of the show should know that you should all be concerned. Tim, why are things going well? Define well.
Oh, well, Garrett, I have been leveraging the public's interest in AI-generated art, as well as people's absolute hatred of AI-generated art, both in practice and as a concept, into a brand new business idea. You see, I provide the same service, but without the AI. I have set up a warehouse in Gowanus, and I have filled it with interns and some guys the interns know, and we have a hotline now where people can call in, they request a picture, similar to giving your various A's eye a prompt, and someone will draw it, after which we will fax or mail it to you.
Fax?
If that's how you get your mail. I don't know. The biggest problem, Garrett, is honestly them fighting over who gets to draw when the calls are coming in slowly overnight, which I think is mostly due to our policy of no art, no relief from your opiate withdrawals. Again, an idea I got from your Nicaragua days, we'll say.
Okay, listen, I was in no way part of the Iran-Contra controversy.
I want to be real clear. I was not accusing you of that. This is something based on the date of these files you did in 2017.
Okay. Did I visit Nicaragua in 2017? Sure, but it was for leisure.
Yes.
So leisurely. Anyway, Tim, great idea. Love to see the entrepreneurship going strong. What's the demand been like?
Pretty poor, but we're building. We're building. I think
word of mouth, man.
Yeah, everyone's been pretty happy with their results so far.
I was going to say, what's the quality of this artwork?
It varies widely between which intern or random guy the interns know is doing the drawing.
Seems like you could funnel all of the art to the more talented artists.
It seems like we could secretly just be using AI. But we're not going to do that because...
Well, I wish you hadn't said it out loud. Maybe we'll cut it out, but it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's probably better than... listen, I know this pile of jackals behind me we call interns. They're not exactly what anyone would term talented. Got to imagine that extends to the art world.
They're
Maybe
pretty
just
good
use
at
AI.
basketball. Well,
No. You're just quite bad.
Fair enough.
Tim, when not starting up a business that is doomed to fail before you've even signed the lease, what song have you been listening to for an entire week straight?
I signed the lease weeks ago, but I have been listening to the shitty novelty song Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baja from the year of our collective Lord Jesus Christ, 2000.
God damn it. Right. And Tim, after an entire week with the Baja, I'm so curious. Do you hate this song?
Yeah, I think so. This is, it's not good. I don't like this. I don't need this. Yeah, I'm not a fan. What about you, Garrett? Do you hate this song?
No.
So you hate Space Jam. You love Who Let the Dogs Out.
I don't love it. It's not binary for the 900th time. Those are not the only two options. However, listen, it's not great. It's really not great. But in my memory, and we'll get into our history in just a moment, but in my memory, there was nothing else in this song but the chorus.
It's basically...
It's a lot of chorus.
Yeah, I can't say there's anything substantial more in this song.
Oh, we'll get to social justice in just a moment.
Oh, I'm sure we will, but that's still bullshit.
Yeah, it's not very substantial. Anyway, Tim, let's move on just for the sake of time. You hate it, I don't. Very easily could get there. I hope I reverse get you there. I think I might. Let's move forward. Prior to this week, what's your history with this song? I don't remember when it came out. Were you stateside when it hit hard, or were you still about a year behind everybody culturally?
I have, of course, heard this, and as far as I know, this is the only Baja song that I do know. Now, my main memory of this was from high school football, which is, of course, another humiliating Tim story. You see, Garrett, we moved to the U.S. in 1999, the summer between my 8th and 9th grade, and I was super excited decided to play high school football. Now, what I had not considered is that, for the most part, American football, as I was probably still calling it at the time, did not air in Saudi Arabia in any meaningful way. So I had seen some news clips, obviously, Sports Center and stuff in the US, but we only came back to the US basically during the summer. So I had seen maybe 3 full games on television ever by the time I decided to start playing football, and I did not know all the rules. So there were all these incredibly Texan football coaches who would yell at me for things, and I would just kind of look at them and shrug and say I was unaware that I couldn't do this. I would honestly just shout to the sidelines at the coaches, "Oh, what's holding?" And, I don't know. I thought I was supposed to prevent him from getting the ball. I was doing that. Anyway.
That's amazing. I can only imagine, especially the holding.
Yeah.
It's all holding.
Yeah. But okay, so that's not what we're here to talk about exactly. I brought this up because this song came out in the summer of 2000. And at that point, in between my freshman and sophomore year, so I'm doing 2-a-days before the humiliation and injury of my sophomore year of football happened. So it's Houston and I'm real sweaty. But that season, before football games, our team would go out on the field or whatever near the end zone, gather in a circle, and who was a gigantic man who for some reason was allowed to play on a team that also included, 14-year-old tiny boys, would shout out some sort of call and response. And that year he would yell, "Who let the dogs out?" Now, here's the weird thing. We didn't bark back at him. We all yelled something, but it wasn't
not the refrain.
We weren't barking back at him.
Huh.
Now, Garrett, do you
think you actually would say names like Charles and Billy?
I don't know. I have no memory. I just remember him yelling this. Before this song came out, though, my freshman year, he would do the same thing, but obviously this song did not exist yet. And we're probably going to bleep this because he would shout at the top of his lungs that he would get in the middle of this circle and he would just be bouncing between people and just getting everyone hyped up. And again, terrifying. He went and ended up playing at Stanford. He was a 6'5", 250-pound adult man who was on my high school football team. And he was bouncing around in this, and he was shouting, I kid you not, to which everyone else would shout, "What?" And I have no idea what that means at all.
Yeah.
I'm not Googling it. What?
Do you think he knew what it meant?
Yes. I mean, again, he went to Stanford. He was very smart.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, interesting.
But
don't shout that.
No. I mean, we probably bleeped it. It will not be the last thing bleeped today.
No, it won't. Jesus. Although I feel like we're getting more and more bleeps per episode lately.
Oh, yeah. The censors are really cracking down. Those goddamn CBS bastards.
Wait, we're running it through CBS censors?
Oh, this airs.
No, there's no way it airs.
Garrett, listen, nobody watches it because, again,
CBS Croatia.
No video content. But yeah, I mean, worldwide, this airs in the old...
Yeah, we're huge on CBS Belarus.
Yeah, we got the 2.5 Men time slot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we can't even walk down the street in the Balkans.
Yeah, well, you for a number of reasons.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. Anyway, Garrett, what about you? Did some sort of monstrous-sized man introduce you to this song as a boy? Did you introduce it to a young boy? What is your history, if any, with this song and with boas?
Much more normal than yours and anything you just said. I heard it on the radio. For starters,
story is lame.
It gets a little better. So here's why I don't hate it: is that this song was on constantly when it came out, and I assume it was sold to every product on the planet. I can't prove that, but I'm pretty sure. So it was just everywhere. And so I hated it. And to my memory, it was pretty much only the chorus. We'll break it down in a moment. The only thing I remember of pure joy about this song is that the summer after it came out, I worked as a waiter at a country club, and a guy I worked with was he was one of those dudes that was just uniquely him, and he was very funny. His name was Hunter. We'll probably bleep some of that. And I think he now works as like an insurance company, but one day he just walks into work and sings/dances up to my boss, Jeff, going, "Who let the Jeff out? Jeff, Jeff, who let the Jeff out?" And I just, like, I'm sitting there just hating literally serving my friends food at their country club. And this dude just comes prancing in, 210-pound chubby kid, "Who let the Jeff out?" Very funny stuff.
I have been singing "Who Let the Yogi Out" all day. Well, all week, really.
Yeah, doesn't really fit, though.
It does.
Too many syllables.
It does when you kick the door open and let him chase somebody down the hallway.
Tim, that's who. Yikes. Okay, personal history's out of the way. Let's learn a little bit about these Baja men. Tim, I think I might actually have a little salt and pepper to throw on your tail this week, so forgive me if I interject, but please take us on a journey. Help me understand, and at least the listeners. Who are the Baja men, and how did Who Let the Dogs Out come to be?
Well, Garrett, unfortunately this week, Wikipedia, AI, Gino, and Sam the intern kinda let me down. There's not nearly enough information about these guys on the internet, but I did my best to fill this out with needless tangents and trivia that no one could possibly care about, so we're just gonna do that, I guess.
It could just be a short segment for once.
Nope, wrote too much for that. The Baja Men were formed somehow in 1977 in Nassau, New Providence, the Bahamas. Now, I have been explicitly told I'm not allowed to go too much further into that, although I did do the research. That's pirate country, Garrett. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Yeah.
From the Golden Age. What do you want to make of that?
I'm just saying, Garrett, Edward Teach, a.k.a. Blackbeard, that's where he was from until...
Yeah.
According
Are you implying the Baja men may or may not be pirates?
No, Garrett. I mean, according to the literature from an organization I belong to, the Earps cleaned that out years ago.
Good lord.
Anywho, Garrett, 1977. I assume they were like in their 20s at that point, so they're like approaching their 70s now, still singing about doggies?
I can explain that.
Okay.
I watched a not short documentary about the Baja men, and what you come to find out is that the Baja men are more of a idea than a true collection of people. So there's somebody known as like the band leader, though you will never see him performing anything but instruments in the band. And he basically boy bands it specifically for this song. They have auditions for every single person on that island in the Bahamas, and everyone shows up. And this dude hires the three men we will talk about today and see in the music video on Saturday, and Monday they record.
Well, I think you're not giving Steve Greenberg enough credit here.
Sure, that all is a preamble to this song. I'm talking about just specifically when you and I talk about the Baja Men, and you're asking how could they have formed in the 70s and had a hit in 1999, and if you've seen the music video, none of them appear to be 55-year-old men. The reason is that the members of the band, so there's basically a guy. So it's like the Shins.
So he's it's like the Lou Pearlman, right? So he's getting boys and he's making them like sing and dance for him and then collecting all that sweet, sweet money.
Yeah, I mean, ostensibly, yes. However, he's also in the band and like plays music, but you're never going to see him.
Well, Lou Pearlman was kind of in the band.
He was never in the band.
I mean, he was occasionally in the band, Garrett. Anyway, Garrett, the Baja Men started their band as High Voltage and played disco and funk at hotels and clubs around the Bahamas. Now, they self-released 2 albums as High Voltage, Electrifying in 1985 and High Voltage in 1987. Now, Steve Greenberg at Atlantic Records, discoverer of such boys as Hanson, the Jonas Brothers, and AJR, came across their music in 1991 and signed them to Big Beat, which was an Atlantic subsidiary, and also insisted that they change their stupid name to something just as stupid, at which point they became the Baja Men.
Baja.
A good Baja to you, Garrett.
Oh, I kind of like this. Oh, good Baja to you, good sir. Oh, Baja to you as well.
In 1992, they released the album Junkanoo, which is also maybe the genre they're associated with, kinda?
I think it's a regional dialect associated with their town or island.
Fair enough. In 1994, they released Kalik, which had a cover of Dancing Dancing in the Moonlight that got them some very minor recognition internationally. They still mostly just played and toured in the islands, though. They got their first acting credits starring as themselves in the 1994 romantic incest comedy My Father the Hero, where a 14-year-old Katherine Heigl pretends that her father, Gerard Depardieu, is her much older boyfriend, so she won't be treated like a child, and hilarious, incestuous hijinks ensue. Stay tuned for our Why I Hate This Movie episode on that, airing directly after Wild Hogs.
God, don't say that. We're not going to do those back to back. It's gross.
It is gross. She wants that old Frenchman who is her father.
It also, at some point, there's a pool scene. Mm-hmm. And okay, here's the thing. Pretty sure Katherine Heigl's older than me. And when I saw this movie as a child, I was like, she's too young to be dressed like that. Yeah, she's in like a one-piece thong, and you're just like, this is a child. Yeah. And I was a child, and I was uncomfortable. I was like, we should put a woman in that outfit, right?
Yeah, maybe just make him like an extremely, like make him do like a Anna Nicole Smith thing, right? Where he's her actual father, but he's like 87 and she's like 48.
So everyone's just cool with it. But then she wouldn't need to be like, she wouldn't be worried about being treated too young.
Well, maybe though. Maybe this is an island filled with the elderly.
God, I truly don't remember that being the plot of that movie. I thought she wanted to like...
No. There's some boy that she's into, and
yeah,
but everyone's just like, but you're just a child. And she's like, no, I'm not a child. I fuck 50-year-old men. And then everyone's like, that's not cool.
Yeah, everyone's, even though they're French. Oh, it's based on a French movie. That's right.
Well, sure, they all are. We should do the Gainsborough's Lemon Incest on this show. Now, we will have to translate for the audience, or we could just not. It's a song by an actual father and daughter, Charlotte Gainsborough and Mr. Gainsborough, called Lemon Incest. Anyway, Garrett, Steve Greenberg moved to Polygram Records and took the Baja Men with him.
You've cast a pallor over this episode with your Lemon Incest comments. God, wasn't that for that terrible director's movie with Shia LaBeouf?
I don't know.
The Antichrist guy.
Oh, no. I don't think they did it for that. I think they did it when she was a child.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from like 1987. I don't know if that's accurate, but...
Your Honor, I request this whole conversation be stricken from the record.
Anyway, Garrett, Steve Greenberg moved to Polygram Records and took the Baja Men with him. They released What I Like in 1997 and Dung Spank in 1998. Dung Spank sold only 700 copies in the US, and they were promptly dropped from that record label. But, Garrett, Steve Greenberg still believed in them. Or perhaps he had invested too much time, money, and effort to admit that this just wasn't working out. So he started his own label, S-Curve, and signed them a third time. They released the album 200-0 in Japan in 1999, I think. And nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted it. But Garrett, then it happened for them. They released a cover, and I was very surprised to find out that this was a cover of Trinidadian Anselm Douglas's 1998 song Doggy as the song of the week, Who Let the Dogs Out, which became super popular after it was featured in the sequel Hall of Fame's Rugrats in Paris the movie, also released in the year 2000.
Yeah, it's all accurate somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it's up there, Garrett. It's a good sequel.
I've never seen it.
Oh.
You didn't really do Nickelodeon growing up, right?
No, I was familiar with the Rugrats, though.
That's an odd answer.
I mean,
that's a terrifically strange answer.
Sorry, they were a cultural phenomenon that even if, you weren't seeing Nickelodeon, they crossed cultures.
Yeah, because I was a little too old, I think, for the Rugrats.
Yeah, still a great, still a great sequel, though.
God, I apologize for allowing you to linger on this any longer than we have.
Anyway,
please continue.
Garrett, Anselm would end up getting sued for claiming to be the sole songwriter, as the chorus of the song was apparently composed in 1995 by Patrick Stevenson and Leroy Williams in Toronto for a radio jingle, and Anselm just happened to be a client of the studio at the time and later admitted to having used the chorus to compose the song. He would settle for an undisclosed sum, but there's all sorts of research dating this, like the melody and other things for this song back to 1959. So, it's one of those traditional songs, I guess, which is ridiculous.
You can find a whole bunch of instances, like even just just going back to like 84, 85 of people saying, "Who let the dogs out?" Like it ain't new to just that radio jingle. It goes way back.
Yeah.
Like people, apparently this is just a thing some people have said, and then people will say who. Now, do they say it in the exact same rhythm? No. But it almost feels like nobody should be allowed to quite take credit, and nobody should be able to like sue either direction. Just let's let that piece be.
Let's release it from copyright. Anyone can have it. Nobody gets to make money from it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the rest of the song, sure. Like, there's a whole bunch of verses and shit about, well, we'll get there. But that piece, yeah, you don't get to claim credit.
Well, Garrett, for their part, the Baja Men tried to keep the money train sailing down the highway with Move It Like This in 2000, featuring a cover of Harry Nilsson's Cocoa Nut. Nobody wanted that. They also recorded a cover of Bernie and Hercules' Crocodile Rock in 2002 for the Steve Irwin film, The Crocodile Hunter Collision Course, and a delicious bit of Why I Hate This Album, Corporate Synergy. Now, that film featured a top 30 Timothy Bottoms, who is known for playing George W. Bush in things like That's My Bush and this film, as well as Johnny from Johnny's Got His Gun, where his performance went on to inspire Metallica's song One, a song that does not suck.
Yeah, that doesn't suck.
Yeah. They tried to be successful again in 2000 with Holla, to less success. I cannot account for the following decade. I suspect no one can. Fast forward to 2014. They released some music for the 2014 World Cup. They released a Christmas melody featuring the songs Little Drummer Boy and Silver Bells. They performed at the Cowboys Giants halftime show in 2015 and released a new album, Ride With Me, their first in 11 years. In 2018, they participated in a metal cover of the Song of the Week by New Hampshire metalists Our Last Night. The same year, they performed on season 14 of The Bachelorette for Blake and Becca's one-on-one date in the Bahamas. Now, my fellow Bachelor Nation fans, that was the episode where Blake, who ended up as the runner-up, admitted to Becca that his parents got divorced after his mom had an affair with his high school football coach.
I hate all of this.
In 2019, they released a single for the Final Four called Let's Go. They were also in a 2019 documentary basically tracing the origin story of Who Let the Dogs Out. That basically, the director of that seems to credit Steve Greenberg mostly for making this a hit, saying, "It came down to Hanson's manager and Chumbawamba's manager. This is straight 1990s stuff. He and the band leader, I forget what his name is, found a hit. Then they found basically the band and the band members that they wanted for it. They put this song together. It was a song already known in the Caribbean. So you go down the line, you find out a lot of people released versions of this song before it was a global hit. And then all these people come out of the woodwork. But Steve had a vision for the song and followed through with that vision. To me, Steve is the real genius behind the song.
Yeah.
He changed the way the song was. It takes blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So it's unclear, but I think that the producer, like a lot of times, had a pretty big hand in crafting this. Yeah.
It was sort of a weird perfect marriage between, well, I guess we're getting into general thoughts, but that's fine. It's a weird marriage between Steve Greenberg, who's the producer, who was just like, no, there's a hit here. The band's willingness to come hire 3 completely new people to be their new lead singers. And then the engineer, whose name I do not recall, was like just good enough to be willing to be like, whatever you want, Steve. But like even down to the barking, the who, the response, that's Steve. That's not the band.
Yeah.
Because he was like, no, you're not barking right, guys. You got to bark. And they're like, and they tried. Like I watched a documentary, loose terms, a bunch of interviews with this guy, with the whole band. And they were like we were told we weren't barking properly. So Steve went in there and he was just like, no, this is how you bark. And they're like, oh, okay, if you like that so much, just leave it in. It's a weird thing. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy's dined out on this song ever since. So kudos on him.
Well, sure he has, but again, he's had the Hanson, the Chumbawamba, the Jonas Brothers, the AJR. Garrett, this man knows boys.
This man knows irritating.
Yeah, that's fair too. Garrett, that's pretty much the history. Do you wanna listen to a little bit of this for the people that haven't heard it?
Well, let's sign off first on the history portion, Tim. There's no reason to skip ceremony.
All right. Well, peace and chaos and, I don't know, some sort of Baja to you.
Baja? Peace, chaos, and a fine Baja to you as well, sir. Like it. All right, let's get into it. Here it is, folks, in case you've never heard it, and I don't think that's possible. But in case you haven't, here they are, the Baja Men with Whom Let the Dogs Out.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
shockingly, there's no apologetics cover this week, which is a real miss for them. I mean, who let the Lazarus out? Who? It writes itself.
I would have said, who let that God out? And it's about Jesus' resurrection.
Yeah. Well, he let himself out, Garrett.
Well, sure. That's where you explain it in the...
I see. Yeah, you want a detailed explanation for the Christian mythology.
Gets credit for that? Does Jesus get credit or does God get credit for Jesus rising?
Same guy.
But different.
Also, one of them's the child of the other. Yes. It's confusing. It's a weird religion. True, though. But weird, admittedly.
Yeah, tough to parse, but accurate as could be. Not to be questioned.
Yeah. And Garrett, we mentioned last week the famous number of terrible sounding sequels to Space Jam that never got made. There was Golf Jam with Tiger Woods, Skate Jam with Tony Hawk, Race Jam with Jeff Gordon, and Spy Jam with Jackie Chan, who notably is not a spy.
Yeah.
Or is he? No, he's not. But I suspect that this was made for a canceled Westminster Dog Show Jam sequel, possibly starring Cesar Millan. A pup jam or a dog jam, something of that nature.
I can't even count how many children's movies this song must be in.
Oh, it's in every one of them, Garrett.
Good. Before we get into the music, or really the song itself, Tim, I want to get the math out of the way. I've got some numbers here. Let me pull them together. So I got a who count. Care to guess how many who's are in the song?
112.
I got 121.
Oh, I was close.
You were very close. Now, would you like to guess how many who let the dogs out there are?
41.
Ooh. I feel like that was an educated guess. It's wrong, but I feel like it was a good guess. It's confusingly only 24.
I would have thought way more.
It's those extra who's that get you, because you got an extra 100 who. That's too many. Okay, let's get into it, right? I think we've really set it up nicely.
Yeah, well, okay, so we should say this first. What genre is this?
Bohemian?
Yeah, I guess. It's certainly Caribbean, but it's also so Wikipedia lists the genres as Miami bass, soca, breakbeat, calypso, and junkanoo.
Okay, so I'll bookend that. So Miami bass, junkanoo, indisputable in my mind. I hear both clear as day.
Sure, calypso is in there. It's down in the mix.
Yeah, and I'm not as familiar with calypso in general, so I'll just kind of black box it and say, yeah, that's the parts I don't really get.
Yes.
And then what was that third one?
Soca and breakbeat.
There are breakbeats. I don't know what soca is.
Yeah, I don't really know either. But it's almost the AOR version of whatever this is, right? Because you also have that, it sounds like it was designed to be played in sports stadiums.
Yes. And boy, was it.
Yeah, but that's the main genre to me is just its novelty song is one, and the other is just before sports.
So here's the interesting thing about the production, and I think it shows you why it got used and abused the way it did. So there's one version by, I forget who, when it was called Doggy or Dogie.
Anselm Douglas.
Anselm Douglas. Guy sounds like a civil rights leader.
Yeah.
Anyway, when he released it, I watched several live performances of that. It's not that different, but it was not a hit.
Yeah.
It's when you add that Miami bass and the production to lean towards Western sensibilities that everyone gets on board. But it has the weird side effect, in my opinion, of having a chorus that is so much better, I guess we'll say, or powerful than the verses, that the verses fade away and the song just becomes, as you've said, pure novelty.
Yeah, well, you said it right. This chorus is powerful.
I actually agree with you, and I'll be curious if this is what you meant or if you're just a jackass. So let's get into it. It opens with, and we'll only read it the one time, opens with the chorus who says, who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? With the aforementioned four who's and a final set of who let the dog out with its associated who's. Fantastic. Now, when you said powerful, Tim, did you mean that the opening to this chorus, and we get it every time, when it's delivered without any music under it, is not sung? It's forced out with every fiber of his being.
Yeah, it's barked out.
Well, it's like a, who let the dogs out? Like, it's almost like he sneezes through it.
Yeah, if a man could bark, like imagine Yogi seeing, another dog. That's the intensity with which he sings this.
It really is. I've probably blown out the mic when I did it. It's almost like they're trying to get it all out in one breath and in the same intonation. It's very odd. It does sound almost like he's sneezing through it. And the rest of it, when his buddies join in, it's much more melodic and less terrifying. But it's effective. It's effective. Like, it stood out to me. I was like, Jesus Christ, you okay, buddy? Sounds like he's straining.
Yeah, poor Dyson Knight.
Poor Dyson Knight. So we get the opening chorus. We all know it. Let's get into the verse, Tim, where I was utterly shocked to learn that this was even in here.
Yeah, you mentioned this before, and I agreed with you. I have never heard any of these verses before.
Yeah, but I've definitely heard the entire song start to finish at least a dozen times.
Maybe they cut them out.
I wouldn't rule it out. Here's the opening, folks. Well, the party was nice. The party was pumping. Hey, yippee-i-yo. And everybody was having a ball. Ha, yo, yippee-i-yo. Until the fellas started name-calling, yippee-i-yo, and the girls respond to the call. I heard a woman shout out the chorus, who let the dogs out. So apparently there's a gentleman there and he's calling ladies names, and the ladies reply in kind, being like, who let the dogs out with language like that? Which is apparently a very common Caribbean saying.
Okay.
Miss anything?
I think
Did I miss anything?
No, I think you got it. And I mean, again, we should mention, right? This is a real feminist ode, apparently. This is so do you have the quote from Anselm Douglas of what this is about?
No, what does he got?
He says, it's a man-bashing song. I'll tell you why. The lyric of the song says, the party was nice, the party was pumping. When I said the word party, I was being metaphorical. It really means things were going great. The yippee-i-yo, that's everyone's happy, right? And everybody was having a ball, life was going great. Until the men started name-calling, and then the girls responded to the call. So the men started calling the woman skank and skettle, every dirty word you can think of. The men started name-calling, and the girls responded to that call, and a woman shouts out, who let the dogs out? And we start calling men dogs. It was a real man-bashing song. We're going to get into this more in the music video, because I'm not sure that the band appreciated what allegedly the song is supposed to be about.
Yeah, it's not entirely consistent with the message, but we'll see.
But I'm not sure that the song. I'm not sure that the song is entirely consistent with that message, though, because they sing it, and I'm not sure that the way it's phrased that any of this is a negative thing. Right?
I think it's because of that positive Caribbean spirit. It just sounds like everything's okay.
That could be.
All right, so that brings us to the bridge, and let's just get into it. Last year in the dance, people had a ball called She Mealybug and Skettle. Get back, Gruffy. Get back, Scruffy. Get back, you flea-infested mongrel. And so that's a reference to Anselm's story that last year at the dance hall, people were having a ball when all of a sudden a couple of fellas come out of nowhere, start calling ladies mealybugs, which was a fruit tree destroying bug at the time, and Skettle, which is of course a Caribbean term for whore. And so she comes and replies, well, get back, Scruffy or Gruffy, you flea-infested mongrel or dog.
Right. She's standing up for herself. It's a, positive message for the ladies in this song, Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baja Men.
Yeah. You got to dig for it a little, but it's clearly there. Tim, why don't you take verse 2?
Verse 2 says, gonna tell myself, hey man, no get angry. Hey, yippee-yi-yo. To any girls calling them canine, hey, yippee-yi-yo. But they tell me, hey man, it's part of the party, yippee-yi-yo. You put a woman in front and her man behind. I heard a woman shout out, who let the dogs out. So, at this point, what I take away from this song is, they're saying, look, yeah, sure, we call these ladies bitches and whores and stuff. And they come back and they're like, hey, Scruffy, you flea-infested mongrel, because we're all just, having a good time.
Yeah, okay, I'm close. I read it as he's saying, I'm not going to get angry if any women are calling men dogs. They deserve it, especially when they hear things like, oh, get over it, lady. It's just part of it. Like, we put you in front. And here's the part where I'm a little iffy. He says, you put a woman in front and her man behind. I heard a woman shout out. So, like, is he also saying just like, kind of shut up, let us call you whores, we're going to dance up on you, and this is just what we do. That's kind of what I pulled from it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they meant physically or figuratively the woman is in front. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, I guess. But it starts kind of like with a you go girl, feel free to get angry at these dudes, and don't take like, it's just what we do as an excuse.
But also, it's just what we do.
Yeah, but it is going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, chorus again, and then we get to another bridge. I didn't know it worked that way. Say a doggy is nuttin' if he don't have a bone. Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it. A doggy is nothing if he doesn't have a bone. Oh, doggy, hold your bone. Oh, doggy, hold it. So it's sort of an excuse. Like, I mean, fellas are going to want to bang. So, you know, they're going to say some shit.
Yeah, if you don't, you're gonna be really mean. And, you know, he's saying, listen, if you don't get to bang, you're obviously gonna be in a bad mood, and you're obviously gonna take that out on a lady.
Yeah, exactly. I think what they're saying is, hey, listen, men are gonna be garbage monsters that are constantly trying to bang you, and you need to feel comfortable to say, get the fuck off me, you creep.
Yeah, but keep in mind that's only gonna make them angrier.
Yeah, or make them think you're more interested.
Ooh, the dance.
Anyway, chorus again, bridge again, and then we get to verse 3. Verse 3 is, well, if I am a dog, the party is on. I gotta get my groove, cause my mind done gone. Do you see the rays coming from my eye, walking through the place? That Digiman is breaking it down. What? Me and my white short shorts, and I can't see color. Any color will do. I'll stick on you. That's why they call me Pitbull. Cause I'm the man of the land. When they see me, they say, woo.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is not a feminist anthem.
Well, I think this is like the response to the first two feminist anthem verses. He's just like, listen, I'm coming through here in my short shorts and I'm going to be ripped. I'm not going to be picky, but I am going to be handsy.
Yeah. In conversation, by the way.
No, oh, God damn it. I'm going to be like a regular John Lennon, a.k.a. the Pitbull. I just grasp on and I do not let go.
Yeah.
Google that story, folks, if you want to hate John Lennon a little. God, what a son of a bitch.
In his defense, he had a raging drinking problem.
No defense. Yikes. Then we get the chorus one final time, and the song is blessedly over, but anything anyone will remember from it is simply who let the Jeff out. That brings us to the music video, Tim, and I'll kick us off. Of course, stop me at any time, but lots to talk about-ish. We open on Mange Hill's doggy daycare, so it would imply it's a dog daycare, some sort of puppy camp. Good times. There's a guard watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on a television outside of this doggy daycare, and this is where I'm already confused. I drop off Batman and Yogi to multiple locations that play them and watch over them as though they are their own. None of them have some sort of guard.
Yeah, this feels more like some sort of doggy prison.
Right, I agree. So, suddenly, a bell rings, and the doors to the prison open, and a bunch of actual dogs come running out of the building. The guard begins shouting into a walkie-talkie, "Who let the dogs out?" Oh, I hurt my throat. Hold on now. Yikes. Okay. The people on the other end of the walkie-talkie receiving the "what in tarnation's going on here?" Is a group of very attractive women in a convertible with comically large nets.
Yeah, I mean, they're butterfly nets, but...
Yes.
I want to hear...
I ask, why are they so big? Butterflies are tiny.
Oh, yeah, but you gotta cast a wide net, you see. That's where that saying comes from. Anyway, Garrett...
Is it?
It is. The two women, they seem to be like the island's dog detectives. Is it like an Ace Ventura kind of thing? What is the story with these women?
Yeah, they're out to round up loose dogies.
All right. We get a bunch of upskirt shots then for some reason.
Yeah, we do. I was pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You're jumping ahead ever so slightly, but not really. The band begins to play, singing to camera. They do this throughout the video, as is wont for musical groups. And sometimes they're in front of a house or an ocean that's very underwhelming, or a school bus painted for some sort of child's beach camp.
Yes, it's basically people yelling and singing and barking into a fisheye lens.
Yeah, that's good summary. The dogs begin causing chaos and mild sexual assault, running around, knocking things over, such as fruit carts, and as Tim mentioned just a moment ago, looking up women's skirts. We get that doggy POV, which I'm uncomfortable with. I think that's illegal.
Yes,
interspersed with the band.
It absolutely is, Garrett. You cannot affix a camera to a dog's face and then just, have him play with women in the park. Don't do that.
And then
that's illegal.
And then put it in a quote-unquote music video.
Mm-hmm.
Interspersed with with all these doggy hijinks / sexual assault is the band running and singing to camera more. They chase a mailman because they're quote-unquote dogs. Then there's more footage of the lady dog catchers chasing the men in their convertible. Finally, the band is performing at an outdoor club while people dance in their swimwear. They don't look like the type of people that would be at that party, if you catch my drift.
They don't look like the type of people that are participating in a feminist anthem.
No, not at all. The dog catchers / sexy women finally find their dogs performing on stage, and Tim, it's on. They begin a choreographed dance sequence, and I believe the dogs are, if my notes are correct, served.
Oh yeah. Dogs are notoriously bad dancers, though. It's like they don't even understand the beat.
Yeah, although I have seen some dogs that seem to understand the beat quite well, and it is adorable.
But that's few and far between.
Indeed. Some dudes join our ladies on the dance floor, and they all get down together. Then some white ladies show up out of nowhere, and they're like, I can dance too! And they can't. They can't. They should stop. It's embarrassing. They're attractive, but they can't dance. Don't know why they're there. Finally, the song ends, and the dog catchers return them to the doggy daycare / prison, I guess.
Yep.
Only to do it again tomorrow.
Well, yeah. This is their life.
Oh, right. Tim, that allows me to ask, how did this do?
Pretty well. The song itself never went platinum in the US, but the record was triple platinum with at least 3,018,000 copies sold in the US alone. The album hit number 5 on the US Billboard 200. It was the 70th best-selling album of 2000. It was the 38th best-selling album of 2001. So there's a good chance, at least a fair chance, that somebody was listening to this album on a bright September morning, singing along, just, who let the, oh my God, watch it, no! God. Now, ironically, there were probably a few Marine units that played this before they rolled through Baghdad a few years after that, so kind of works out. The song itself was a number 1 single in Australia.
It doesn't work out, to be clear.
The song itself was a number 1 single in Australia and New Zealand. It only hit number 40 in the US. It did pretty well worldwide, though. It hit number 6 on the Denmarkian Tracklisten, number 18 on the Finnish Suomen Virallinen-lista, number 3 on the Swedish Sverigetoplisten, number 6 on the Swiss Schweizer Hit Parade, number 3 in the Dutch. So, you don't have to be in the islands to love this song. It also won a Grammy for Best Dance Recording. It won 2 Billboard Music Awards. It won a couple of Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. There are a ton of sports stadiums that use this as theme music. Like a lot of baseball players have this, or had it at least, when they were walking up to the plate. This was a cultural phenomenon that went way beyond sales, even in the Dutch.
How very strange. Like, I don't know anyone who owns this album.
Yeah, no one will admit to it anymore. But Garrett, somebody listened to this while witnessing 9/11.
You're assuming.
I mean, I'm speculating.
There's a good chance this song was being played when those towers were hit. Yes. Did anyone simultaneously sing the chorus, look out the window, and see a 747 crashing at them? I don't know.
But it could have happened. It's the right time.
I don't know what your point is, but sure. And this, for the sake of moving forward, I'll agree.
All right.
Totally possible. What did people think of it?
Well, we don't have an official Robert Christgau review, but I do have some quotes from him about it.
I'd like to know those.
This is from CNN. He said, I like pop music, and I like stupid, catchy songs with a lot of energy and life to them. Like the recent Baja Men hit, Who Let the Dogs Out. That song is good. People complain about songs like that, but what do they know? Don't they have any sense of fun? What's wrong with them? I dislike Radiohead quite a bit. It's art rock. It's stupid, and I will be vindicated.
I don't think so, man. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
God, he's great.
Yeah.
What a gem.
What an absolute insane person. Bobby, we love you.
Yeah. What about the regular folks out there?
Well, there are 182 reviews on Amazon, 4.4 out of 5 stars on average, 71% 5-star, 3% 1-star. A lot of these were people trying to be funny, and I have not included any of those. But I do have one review to read that I think will sum up what people thought of this. Now, Garrett, I need you to plug your ears. I have to speak directly to the listener.
I'm not going to do that.
No, you have to do it. Garrett, plug your ears. Plug them.
Fine.
All right.
You know I'm going to edit this though, right?
Plug your ears.
Fine.
Okay. Garrett's ears are plugged. This is a disclaimer directly to the listener. Now, the review I'm about to read has slurs for both the mentally handicapped and for homosexual folks. I will, of course, read these to Garrett to give the full effect. Now, the censors at CBS will likely bleep at least some of these, but I wanted to give everyone except for Garrett a heads up here. Okay, Garrett.
That was a really long time. I was don't clap at me.
Well,
I saw saw you.
Okay.
I was doing it at my own pace. That was a really long message.
Okay.
The fuck did you just say?
Well, you'll find out when you edit it, as you said. Garrett, this is by BDP87, and it's entitled The Year 2000, Mets vs. Yankees World Subway Series from 2005. Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. This song is great because it reminds me of when I was watching baseball and the Mets were playing the Yankees, and it was cool. Mike, admit it. You used to like this song a lot and said it's really good and cool, and you are singing to it, and your brother said it was cool. It reminds me of when Mike was cool and he wasn't a moron and he listened to me. It reminds me of when Rossler listened to good music like Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock and music like DMX, and he was a big fan of Grant Hill, who now plays for Orlando Magic and is back to being the Grant Hill he was in the 90s. Rossler and Joey and Mike all used to say that I was cool and used to hang out with me and called me the leader, and Rossler said to me that Ace was cool, but now it's like this. Ace, you're I hate you. And you're annoying.
Wait, are these professional baseball players? Who are these? These just his buddies?
These are his buddies. He's writing this review to his friends.
This is so crazy
Read
already.
on.
Okay, keep going.
I hate you and you're annoying. Whatever happened to Mike saying Ace is cool and Joey said Ace, you're my best friend, you're really cool. But now Joey is like, you're gay and I'm a pimp. And I'm thinking, WTF happened to this world? Mike, Joey, Rossler, if you're reading this, think about what you have done this past 4 years. Think about what you have done to me and what you have said. Just remember, I was once the king of Woodhaven. Just like T.I. is the king of the South and Lil Jon is the king of Crunk. Ludacris used to be the king of the South in ATL, but T.I. overthrew him. I feel the same way because of what you have done to me.
Oh my.
5 out of 5 stars.
Whoa! Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
The king of Woodhaven. What? Also, he's calling middle names out on his friends like they're his girlfriend or his child. I don't even know your middle name. I mean, you've told it to me several times.
Well, you at least
don't
know my
it.
middle initial, but we'll have to bleep it if we say.
Yeah.
I think these are all different people. I think he's saying Mikey, comma. He didn't put the commas in it because he's Mikey, comma, Joey, comma, Rossler. If you're reading this, I think.
I see. Interesting. God, that's funny. God, what a weirdo. That's so unhinged. Like, sometimes I get a little passionate and I do and say things I regret a little bit, but like, not that.
No, you've never written a rambling review about baseball, how you like to watch baseball, and how I'm not cool anymore, and how you were overthrown as the king of Woodhaven.
That's gotta be like Connecticut or something ridiculous.
I think so,
also, the ancillary facts about the baseball players, the statistics, the teams, the trades, the basketball tangent. There's a lot of extra info.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah. Good review, Tim. Good review. Who's this for?
This is for anyone. If you're listening to this, if you're at a bar and they have a jukebox, this is your move. Play this multiple times. That's what I'm doing now.
You've spent $20 on dumber things.
Yeah. It's also maybe for when some dipshit is playing their music on their iPhone for everyone to hear at the gym. This might be my new replacement for D. Antwoord or Slipknot in those situations.
I like that because it does more overtly say like, hey buddy, fuck you.
Maybe I should record me reading BDP 87's review and just play that really loudly.
You should, if you really want to get inside people's heads, listen to this song and sing along to it, but do it into headphones and then record just you.
Oh, I like it.
And so it's an acapella Who Let the Dogs Out by Tim. And then you just turn that up as loud as you can and be like, this is what I'm into. Me doing this.
Me singing poorly. Fuck you.
Yeah. I honestly, it might be the greatest rebuttal to that ever. Because you and I have had some epic battles with gym psychos.
Yes. I listen to myself sing songs instead of playing the songs. That's a serial killer move.
Yeah. Either you're getting the joke and you're going to start laughing and being like, I'll turn it down. Or you're going to be terrified of this guy.
Yeah. Better have your katana with you.
Guess what's coming up next? Ace of Base. It's going to be great.
I forget the lyrics halfway through, though, and just start making them up.
Start ad-libbing. It kind of turns into a couple theme songs. I think I do Rice-A-Roni, the theme song to the Jeffersons, but then I get kind of confused there. It gets a little racist. You'll see. It's good. It's good. I bring it home. What I lack in knowledge, I make up for in volume. Oh, God. Okay. Final thoughts, Tim. We've been all the way through it. Do you like it more?
No, I don't. I would like to hear their version of Hercules' Croc Rock, though.
Oh, yeah, I would too, actually. Interesting. interesting. Just for curiosity's sake, not for any enjoyment.
Yeah, definitely won't enjoy it.
No, I don't think so. I can't imagine. I don't enjoy the original. It can't be better. It can't be worse.
No, I mean, it's definitely not better. I think that Hercules did about as good a job as anyone was going to do with Croc Rock. But,
yeah,
sucks.
All right, we've been all the way through it, Tim. Let's get down to brass tacks. Do you hate this song?
I mean, I think I still do. It's one of those things that if it never existed, I think I'd be happier. Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
That's reasonable.
Do you hate this song?
Yeah, I think I got there this week, actually. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I just, the substantive parts are not as substantive as I recalled. I really got sucked in by that documentary. It's an interesting story to have basically hired 3 dudes that are be like, all right, you're going to be the face of this. You're going to be doing the singing, and we need to start in 2 days.
I hope he kept all the money like Lou Pearlman would.
I think they got paid. I'm sure not nearly as much.
The money, but I hope him and
Hey
Steve
there,
Greenberg.
boys.
Okay.
You come to Lou's house. I'll give you your allowance. You got to do the chores, though. You got to mop the floors, and you got to vacuum. Lou Pearlman, ladies and gentlemen.
It was a good impression.
Thank you. I think I was channeling a little bit of Danny DeVito's Monstars leader.
Oh yeah,
from the
Penguin.
Now classic. I played this city like a hawk from hell. Took me till I was like, I don't know, 27 before I was like, what's he saying? Anyway. Alrighty, Tim, that brings us to listener mail. Would you like to go first or would you like me to?
Well, of course I want to go first. Are you joking?
Fine.
Okay.
Then do that.
This is from Bill, titled Report on Gino. Begins, PSA. Please don't say my last name on the podcast. Dearest Misters Harvey and son of Richard, this is the private investigator you hired to track the actions and whereabouts of one Gino We should probably bleep that last name. And I am pleased now to provide you with a full report. Gino was spotted leaving the apartment building at approximately 12 p.m., shouting to the window, "I leave for lunch, Mr. Tim." The stooped posture he had been walking with instantly vanished, and he immediately took off at a brisk pace unusual for an octogenarian. Shortly thereafter, he received a phone call. Ringtone was a Muzak version of Funiculi Funiculi from someone he referred to as Coppola. I don't know what the conversation was about, as I don't speak Italian, but the phrase Megalopolis, too, was used several times. Upon request, I can provide a phonetic written-out transcript. Then he approached a pizza restaurant, knocked 3 times on the door, and several scantily clad women walked out and handed him bundles of cash. Gino announced that it was Papa time, and they all disappeared inside the building for about 45 minutes. Before returning to the apartment, he stood on the sidewalk smoking a cigarette and repeatedly mumbling, "One little break line cut and Gino will be co-host." The strangest thing about this whole ordeal is, even after talking to himself with no one else around, he still spoke in that terribly fake Italian accent. I don't think it's fake. I think he's just got a bad accent.
Yeah, so far, only a couple of these things stand out to me as strange.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to report for now. I'll be in touch about payment. As for episode recommendations, I would love to hear one on Beck's album Colors, as well as a Prepisode on Dee Dee Ramone's ill-fated rap single, Funky Guy. Until next time, Bill Redacted.
Those are great suggestions. We got to remember Beck's Colors. So, okay, Bill, I'm not sure what we're paying for here, guy. Most of that stuff we already knew. We require him to prostrate himself around us. He is not to stand at full erection around us. He hasn't earned that right. He must remain stooped. The knock 3 times at the Italian place with the scantily clad women, of course, we're aware of his whores. Hell, his wife's aware of his whores. She's not going to let him touch him. Let's see, what else did he mention? The Coppola thing is weird, right? We're not financing Megalopolis 2, right?
To my knowledge, no. I have a whole series of other movies I would produce before that.
Yeah, you've got your finger in a ton of pies, but not that one. That's a stinky pie.
Okay.
Listen, Tim, I need a firm commitment from you right now. You're not going to offer to finance Megalopolis 2.
Listen, I would have to read the script.
No, you don't. This is one of those, you can just not waste your time and my money.
No.
Do not commit financially to Francis Ford Coppola.
Well, listen here. Maybe it's a great sequel. There's great sequels. We talked about this earlier. Rugrats in Paris, the movie, Paddington 2, Terminator 2, World War 2, American Psycho 2, Godfather Part 2, Empire Strikes Back. There's all sorts of great sequels that we could be talking about.
World War 2 was not a great sequel.
It was better than the first one.
For who?
For entertainment purposes.
No, okay. Protest redacted.
Garrett.
God damn it.
Do you have a movie or sequel?
God, I do have to mention, though, all the things you just stated were all all good on their own first. They were just improved upon in the sequel. Megalopolis is trash.
All right. Garrett, do you have an email or possibly a sequel that you would like to discuss?
Adam Driver takes you to one lunch and suddenly you won't say a fucking single bad thing about the guy. You know that movie's trash. We are not going to finance a sequel. I have more listener email. I just want to say that.
If it's a good script.
Gino, mark the time. It doesn't matter why. Just write slap. Okay.
What if we make him dress like the Star Wars guy the whole time?
Okay, I'm definitely
maybe
a little
he
more
is the Star Wars guy. He's got that lightsaber, you know?
It's a crossover. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, I couldn't finish the first movie. It might have had something to do with it. If it's a good script, I'll consider it.
Excellent. We got you there.
God. All right. I really wish I had not bumped you up to executive a couple weeks ago. It's been a real nightmare ever since. It's really bolstered you to a new level of confidence and manipulation.
Yeah, honestly, it's been kind of a nightmare for me too.
Yeah, it's more responsibility than you're frankly ready for or have any appetite for.
Yep.
Well, Faustian bargain we're both going to be committed to until one of us drowns. My email this week, Tim, is from Reagan. Reagan writes, hello, Garrett
are we
Tim.
going to try and drown each other? I don't want to do that.
No, metaphorically.
Okay.
Or in a tub.
Okay.
Hello, Garrett and Tim. I just wanted you guys to know that recently a song by D. Antwoord has gone viral on TikTok. That's a sentence I don't love. It's the song Pitbull Terrier. It's truly something to see. Anyway, I learned about this podcast from my friend Finn and have started listening. Why, thank you, Reagan.
Thank you, Finn.
Yeah, that's right, Finn. That's what you should be doing. I appreciate it. I would suggest a Chase Atlantic episode. No idea who that is. Could be After Dark, says Reagan, or a Prepisode on Ordinary by Alex Warren. I don't know who that is either. I do also want to say that Tim is correct for keeping the spooky going. Great show. Hope it keeps going well. It's going okay, to be clear, Reagan. Good day, Reagan.
It was never really going well.
No. At one point, it was going better than this, and for most of it, it was going much worse. So, mixed bag. Mm-hmm. Let's see here, Tim. I do want to... There's really only one reason I read this, and it wasn't for the kind words Reagan gave us. We're not here to bask in your kind words, though we appreciate them deeply. That's all we have. But I wanted to say it's been so very long since we've revisited our friends D. Antwoord. Aren't you feeling like they deserve a second chance?
I hate them so much, Garrett.
I do recall you being pretty... It's maybe the angriest you've been ever.
No.
At least for the show.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
Although the Corey Feldman episodes, that was tough.
Well, the problem was it wasn't episodes. It was a single episode of all the Corey Feldman the world had to offer.
Yeah, that was too much.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, sounds like Tim's on board. D. Antwoord's moving back up to the top of the list. We'll see it soon. Maybe we could just do the single.
Maybe.
I don't know who these other people are. Chase Atlantic and
I feel
Alex
like they're
Warren.
youngs.
Yeah, we're olds. Alrighty, well that brings us to music news of the weird. Tim, you want to go first or should I?
Having decisively won both the listener mail and the episode itself, of course I would like to go first.
Disagree, but you can because I'm so gracious.
Music news of the weird.
In Jeremy Renner is a creep news this week, Garrett, the medicine singer has been working on a few, I think, documentary projects with director Yi Zhao for Disney. And Jerry allegedly sent, and I'm quoting here, personal and intimate photographs of himself, which means either dick pics or possibly sexy snowmobile scars. And if it's the latter, feel free to show those to me. If it's the former, just Garrett. But Yi did not appreciate this, and even more allegedly, when she confronted him about it, he allegedly, I'm going to throw in one more allegedly here, threatened to call ICE on her.
Oh.
Yeah, not a great look. He apparently also tried to claim that they were in a relationship and that he was sending her snowmobile scar dick pics because he was ready for a relationship, and she allegedly had to barricade herself in a room due to his drunk and aggressive behavior. Again, allegedly. Jerry, of course, denies all of this categorically, but we'll see how this legal battle ends up here. Seems like a good dude.
That is Seagal level accusations.
Ooh, I've got more Seagal news in my next story. Partial.
God damn it. What search terms are you using?
It's not Seagal news. It's Seagal adjacent news. We'll get into it.
It's accusations of sexual assault plus celebrity.
I mean, it's not a bad way to get news for this segment. It's not a bad way to do the research on the show because you don't want to miss anything. Because if you do, and who am I kidding? If I do a history for one of these bands and I miss some sort of horrible allegations, I will get probably 40 emails about it.
Yeah, it's really fun learning all the things that we didn't include.
But especially if it's that, because everyone wants to make sure that I remembered that R. Kelly is gross. I do. I did a whole thing about it. Mentioned it repeatedly.
You're pretty clear.
Yeah.
And still.
Anyway, Garrett, do you have any medicine news or Jeremy Renner news or just music news?
I got the third one. The medicine. I always, every time he sends dick pics, or allegedly, of course, I always am just like, God damn it. He's just like, can I offer you a little medicine?
Yeah. I mean, you would, though. I would.
Yeah, he would.
Well.
Anyway, back to music news, Tim. Donald Glover has shocked fans with a jaw-dropping confession revealing that a stroke and multiple health scares were the real reason behind his sudden cancellation of his, quote, New World Tour last year. He says, quote, I had a really bad pain in my head in Louisiana and I did the show anyway. I couldn't really see well, and so when we went to Houston, I went to the hospital and the doctor was like, yeah, man, you had a stroke. And the first thing I thought was like, oh shit, here I am copying Jamie Foxx again. So apparently people just running around having strokes?
Yeah.
Talk about toughing it out though, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would do the same thing, Garrett.
Absolutely. I'm terrified that I'm going to have a serious medical episode and be like, it's fine. I'm good.
I've got good and bad news for you. That happens on a weekly basis. You're so injured. I can see inside of your leg right now.
Yeah, but only like 4 millimeters at this point. Maybe a little more.
It's healing, but it also seems to be healing with a fair amount of green and black.
That's part of the process, Tim.
Okay. My point is, you're very sick. You're so
Just
you've also clearly got a fever. I mean, I can feel how hot your head is sitting across the table from you.
I am radiating some heat. Yes, putting off some BTUs, but it's a healthy sweat. You know, you just got done talking about
healthily. Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's right. You just got done bitching about all that leg infection. What do you think's going to kill that?
Medicine.
Healthy sweat.
The medicine.
Oh no, I don't want the medicine. That's not going to heal anything.
Yeah. That's how he does it, Garrett. He waits until someone's injured, and then he offers up his penis as if it were a Gatorade.
Good God. Do you want me to put on my archer's costume? No. Tim, what other news do you have?
In FED news this week, Garrett, Limp Bizkit is no longer welcome to perform in Estonia. Although that's not a matter of Estonian taste, rather some past comments and other things made by William Frederick Durst, who is proudly no longer a virgin. Their May 31st, 2026 show has been canceled in Estonia after some pro-Russian statements that the D-Man made resurfaced, including when Fred went on stage in 2015 holding a sign that read, Crimea equals Russia. His referring to Garrett Harvey's nemesis Vladimir Putin as, and I'm quoting here, a great guy with clear moral principles and a nice person in a letter he, for some reason, wrote to Crimean authorities, his marriage to a Russian woman that did not last very long, his attempt to get a Russian passport, his attempt to buy a house in Crimea after the 2014 annexation, and etc. He's a real Steven Seagal is my point, and he was banned from entering Ukraine from 2015 through at least 2020. But point being, I think he's...
Is Fred Durst?
I think Fred Durst has switched sides.
Wow.
My favorite... go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. It's...
Like, we've ripped on him for years, and rightly so. Like, hot dog flavored water, whatever. It's ridiculous. But, like, I always kind of thought in my heart of hearts, if I were to meet Fred Durst, he'd be like a very normal and possibly very nice guy.
I thought that if I ever met him, that he would stand up next to me and defend this country still to this day. But it's starting to seem like maybe not.
Yeah, he seems like he might be a sleeper agent. Yikes. How weird.
Yeah. One of my favorite things, this is amazing. There are people who are just like, I'm tired of the LGBT agenda and the woke agenda, even though, they live in Tyler, Texas. So what the fuck are you talking about? And so they moved to goddamn Moscow or one of these like little American settlements in Russia, assuming that that's going to be okay. One of these assholes, Garrett, he's a mechanic. So he joined the Russian military because he was just like, this is a fast track way to get citizenship. And, I've got a skill they'll they'll let me work on, military jeeps. And they sent him to the goddamn front lines in Ukraine.
Good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read about a few of these people, and they're like, so we're not allowed to send our children to school because they don't speak the language. Wish they had more consideration for immigrants who haven't learned the language yet. And you're just like, I don't know what's happening right now. Is this a bit? But it isn't. These are real people.
Yeah, it's pretty poorly thought out. These are very much members of the I didn't think the leopard would eat my face, said the guy who voted for the leopards eating face party.
Yeah.
What other traitor to our country news do you have?
Well, here's a traitor to his potential girlfriend news. Remember DeForvid, aka David, with his ex-girlfriend who was found dismembered in his Tesla and he knew nothing about it?
I sure do.
Well, little update. That young lady's name was... More on that later. That poor person's name was Celeste Rivas. Feel horrible for her. Her body, apparently, Tim, had been frozen. And as a result, the LA County Medical Examiner is saying it might be almost impossible to determine cause of death. The body was received in, of course, horrendous condition. It had been decapitated, and while the torso was intact, the limbs had been removed and cut into multiple smaller pieces. News outlets have been told that the body parts were, quote, partially frozen and had apparently been thawing out for days while sitting in DeForvid's Tesla. Authorities say they are currently looking at DeForvid as a, quote, possible suspect, but are not willing to list him as an actual suspect at this current date. Leaving me to question,
It seems like maybe he should be the only suspect?
Yeah.
At least the main
wild.
one.
It's so crazy. I can't wait to learn exactly what happened because there's now evidence pointing to that there's no way he did this alone. And the moment there's a second person, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's going to tip.
Yeah.
So more on that in a bit. I feel horrible.
In general, that's true. But if you have a really good buddy.
Oh, sure. There's exceptions.
Okay.
There's exceptions for sure. Tim, there's nobody else on this planet I would call if I was looking at a dead body and needed to get rid of it. It certainly wouldn't go into a Tesla. That's for sure.
Yeah, me too. I had the same thing. I want to get a set of fingerprints all over these eyeballs.
Eyeballs?
Yeah, well.
We're not editing or bleeping a moment of that. I'm
going to bleep all of it. You better.
Don't you dare.
Listen, you might want to use the inverse bleeper, but I'm going to bleep some of that.
We have the technology.
I know.
I can put it back in.
I know.
God, it's a lot of effort to reverse those bleeps. But I can do it. God, it's so much effort. It's obnoxious how much effort it is. Don't you bleep it.
We'll see.
Tim, any other musical news for you?
Well, yeah, in Kimothy Kardashian is at least adjacent to music news this week. Kimothy Kardashian is really pissed off at her family's, and I'm quoting here, team of psychics. That's right, her family's team of psychics. This comes after Kim Kardashian failed the California bar exam. She's apparently passed the mini bar, what you do after the first year of law school, on her fourth attempt. But she is still trying to be a lawyer. I think, though, for the time being, she had to settle for playing a lawyer on All's Fair, now available on Hulu.
Dude, have you seen any of that?
I have not. Have you?
It's wild.
I've heard it's not great.
Honestly, there's just I've seen 3 clips, and the one that was enough for me to go show it to other people, she's like a partner at a law firm, and I know some people who are partners at law firms, and those are still some of the most conservative, stuffy environments on planet fucking Earth. And in the clip of her, she's wearing a business skirt and whatever up top, but the back of the skirt is the best I can describe it is, you remember the turn of the around the time this came out, and every girl had the low rise pants, and so when they bent over, you saw the whale tail and then the pants. It's built into the skirt. There's just holes, and you see the thong, and you're like, you would be fired that day just wearing that. Wouldn't there'd be no what are you doing? I don't care that you're a partner. It'd be like, oh, you've lost your fucking mind. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Half her ass is out. It's also I don't follow Kim Kardashian, haven't seen her in years. She looks like an alien.
Oh, yeah.
Even just her body proportions are just mind-boggling. She looks like she's in a funhouse mirror.
Yeah, it's real unattractive.
God, it's wild. And she's a bajillionaire.
No, she did this on purpose. This is what she wants to look like.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Listeners, write in hatePodMail@gmail.com. Is this popular? I think it's popular.
Yeah. Anyway, Garrett, a bunch of psychics told her she was going to pass the bar exam. And again, for those of you wondering, she did not go to law school. She is a apprentice or part-time apprentice at a San Francisco law firm where apparently you can be an apprentice at a law firm for 4 years and they just count that as having gone to law school. It's wild.
Sounds wrong.
Sounds dangerous, but she said on TikTok, and I'm quoting here, all of the fucking psychics that we have met with and that we're obsessed with are all fucking full of shit. They all collectively, maybe 4 of them, have told me I was going to pass the bar. So they're all full pathological liars. Don't believe anything they say. Now, to answer her question, the rest of us don't believe psychics, you dumb asshole. Also, don't hire a lawyer that uses psychics in any manner. Like, that should be automatically disqualifying. And don't go to a lawyer who's Kim Kardashian. These are pieces of advice from Tim.
Now, do you think, Tim, that it's one of 2 things? That she believes her psychics just aren't very good, right? And they're lying about being psychics. Or do you think that they are psychics, saw that she wouldn't, and thought it would be a hilarious prank? Because she says they're pathological liars. I'm asking you what she might think. Which part are they lying about? About being psychic or about what the psychic forces told them?
Well, okay, I'm going to say this. Up top, she definitely believes that psychics are still a real thing. Like her,
just maybe not those.
Maybe not those. Her faith in...
Okay. I see what you're saying. Still an idiot.
Her faith in the metaphysical is not shaken. I think...
God, I've got a rock I need to sell her that keeps tigers away too. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. I think that she thinks that these particular psychics are lying about being psychics. Like, this is stolen psychic valor in her mind.
That's remarkable.
I think when she says they're pathological liars, I think she's saying that they're lying about being psychic and they're now lying. I don't think she believes that they are able to see her future and all collectively decided to lie about them, because I suspect that, no, she says a team, so they might be colluding.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
Yeah, it's interesting. But no, I think she's going to go to more psychics. Maybe she should ask the psychics what questions will be on the bar, not, will I pass or not?
Or just study.
No. Garrett, instead of going to law school, she allegedly did a side gig in a law firm.
Yeah, my friends had those jobs. That was called getting coffee and shutting the fuck up.
Yep. Garrett, more news from you.
My last story this week, Tim, is, it's the holiday season right around the corner, and that means it's gift time, buddy.
Ooh.
And so I was looking for just the right thing, and I stumbled upon Justin Bieber is having an auction. His song, remember Peaches, Tim? It was one of the albums we did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so his music video for Peaches featured a 1968 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and it was up for sale. Knowing that you don't have a vehicle here in the city, but like to look stylish, I put in a bid, and I could only muster the minimum bid of $110,000, but the auction did run until December 5th for those interested. Unfortunately for you and I was immediately outbid. Immediately.
I almost wish you hadn't have mentioned it.
Well, no, I just wanted, it's the thought that counts, see? I'm done.
I mean, I do see. I understand where you're coming from here.
Boom. Merry Christmas. What about you? You got any other stories?
No, but I mean, I'm thinking of getting you a house that I'm not going to get you.
No. That's not how it works. I can show you where I was outbid. It happened.
Well, how about this? I will bid on something big with our money. And
we don't have money. Then I have money. We don't have money.
One of 2 things will happen. You'll have a nice Christmas present, or I too will have thought of you.
Not even sort of the same. I'm disgusted that you said our money. That's such a breach of trust. It's ridiculous. God, let's wrap it up, everybody. That's going to do it for this week. God, I'm upset. It must mean we're at the end of the show. As always, write, wrote. I might be Jamie Foxing.
Well, I don't think we should start saying that.
It's the trend. Please rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends, put it on their phones. It doesn't have to be consensual. You can just do it.
It does. Wait, no, sorry.
Does it?
No, not the phone thing.
Yeah, not the phone thing.
It depends.
You can just get their phone.
Don't send your snowmobile scars to an unsuspecting
No. We're
person.
saying just subscribe to our podcast on a friend's phone.
Yes.
It's real different from the thing you described.
Yeah, but let's not say the non-consensual thing. We just don't need to. We don't need to use that word.
It is a hot button word. I agree. Anyway, you can also write in hatePodMail@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. We get to read these emails here on the show. It's a good time. It allows us to ask questions, think of new songs and artists and albums we haven't done for a bit, like D. Antwoord that just got pushed to the top of the list. Pretty excited about it. Tim looks pretty sad. Or you can find us on the social medias. Instagram is hatePod, Threads is hatePod, Twitter's hatePod. I'm G Harvey Tweets on Twitter if you want to talk to just me. And Tim's is private, so fuck off. I think that's going to do it for this week. Oh, no. What? What album are we going to be doing next week, Tim? I almost jumped right over it.
Oh, Garrett, we are going to be doing, Blues Travelers 4. Their fourth album, probably.
Is that the cat one?
It's the cat one, yeah. The hip cat. Hip cat. Hipster.
Hip cat.
Hip the cat.
Yep.
It's the cat one.
The cat one with the glasses, yeah. Oh, this is Homer Simpson. No, okay. Well, you know what? I don't know what to think of that, because there's 2 songs on there I definitely know really well, and they're not bad songs, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's the 2 songs that both of us know really well. Hook and Run Around, presumably.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out.
There's probably a third on there. I think that was on my, Garrett's seductive mix in college.
This is not seductive music, Garrett. This is harmonica ska.
Well, it didn't work. Harmonica ska.
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't listened to this in so long. I'm super curious. It might be a good time. Join us next week, folks, and find out. But until then, for this week, I have been one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey.
I have been the other, Timothy P. Richardson. And, Gino was supposed to give me a quote from Garrett P. Harvey, but all I see written here are the words dog centaur, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that. Gino did... No, the dogs... Never mind, Jesus Christ. I guess we're going with dog centaur as the sign-off this week.
That's horrible. Good night, everybody.
There's cowboys running through my dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. I joined the Navy, got kicked out in a week. My facial features aren't distinct. Try to find some meaning in these songs. The genius is a genius, got it wrong. No, it's a lobster murder sex thing. It's the bleaching of the rear. A full assault on both your ears. The riffs are too repetitive. The lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides. The cover art's a mess. Listen to it for a week. Now that week has passed. It's the Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Eyeballs.
Yeah, well, that's where I touch.